Hi, Jane. How are you today?
I'm okay. I've been better. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Can you? So I know that we had met before, and you kind of some things were going on with your parents. Can you? Is that why I kind of sense a little bit of sadness in your voice? Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on?
Yeah, recently not super recently, but I lost both of my parents. I lost my mom and my dad. My mom um was sick with ALS and my dad had COPD. They died pretty close to each other, about 6 months apart. And I was kind of their primary caretaker. So, um, they haven't been gone long. My um my mom passed away in January and my dad passed away in July, so the beginning of July. So um it it hasn't been long. And I'm just really struggling kind of um with
Yeah,
the grief
losing.
and the sadness.
I'm sure. I'm sure losing somebody that you love is extremely hard to manage because they're there, and you were their main caregiver. And um,
Yep.
So do you have any like family supports that can help you kind of through this situation to kind of lean on?
So I don't have any siblings. I was in a pretty serious relationship before my parents got sick. I met him in college. Um, but that kind of ended because I had to constantly be with my parents. So that relationship didn't last very long. So I'm not currently in a relationship. I don't have siblings. Um, so I don't have a ton of support anymore.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard when you don't really have anybody to kind of vent to or talk about. So I'm glad you're here because then we can kind of manage this
Yes,
together for you.
me too. I have a few friends from college that I made that, I still keep in contact with, but definitely to have someone to kind of work through this with is good, will be good for me.
Yeah. Do you think that it would be helpful to kind of reconnect with some of those friends and continue kind of get your mind off of things for a little while?
Yeah, I feel lately I've been feeling pretty, just down and hopeless and like it's just hard to get out of bed even anymore. I have a job that I really can't stand and I'm not using my degree and that's also kind of weighing on me now that I have time kind of to myself. I just don't really know what to do with that time, so it's just been hard to, I guess, bring myself to make those connections again and reach out and kind of be vulnerable. But I think
Yeah.
it would be good for me for sure. I do have a cat that I spend a lot of time with.
Aw, what's your cat's name?
Jimmy.
Aw, that's so sweet. Animals are always good for extra lovin's, especially
Yeah,
because they know when we're sad. They know.
right, right. Yep.
So, what is your degree in?
So it's in library science. So I really am passionate about that, but I'm working at Family Dollar, so I'm really not using it at all. Um, I I lately I've been trying to find a job in
Hmm.
that field and I've had no luck. I am kind of second guessing my choice. I really love it, but I'm kind of second guessing it because I just have had no luck in that field at all.
Yeah, sounds like you're kind of defeated looking for a job in that
Yes.
field. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I mean, everything's going on right now with your parents and your parents passing away. Is there a way to kind of manage what's happening now and then move forward to look towards the future?
Yeah.
So, what are some things that you kind of do to kind of help you manage what's happening right now? I mean, what do you have any coping skills? Do you what any hobbies? Anything you like to do?
So, as of right now, I find it hard to do things that I like to do. I definitely, like I said, like spending time with my cat. We did like to, we would have like traditions every week where we would do like a pizza night and
Mhm.
and I try to continue those things, but it's almost more painful to do that than helpful at this point, especially now that I'm by myself and kind
Mhm.
of realizing all that's gone. So,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
also really having trouble sleeping, so to have the energy to do, things that I like to do has just been rough lately.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's hard. It's hard to create your own independence
Yeah,
outside of taking care of your family that you've been doing that for so long and creating your own routines, creating your own self again, finding
right.
yourself.
Yeah, which I'm struggling with a lot, so,
Yeah.
yep.
I'm really sorry to hear that. I mean,
Thank you.
parents, it's significant when you lose a parent, and it's okay to feel that way. And that's part of grieving, is
Right,
feeling those inner feels of, what do I do now? How do I move forward? What does this look like for me?
right.
Um, Sometimes I know that remembering things about your parents and what you guys used to do together is helpful. I know
Yeah,
you mentioned having pizza night.
yeah,
Maybe that might look a little bit different now. Maybe you're going out with pizza with a friend and
yeah,
talking about new things, creating new memories, creating new associations with, just a pizza party in general.
right.
Um, so I have another question for you. You said that um, you like to do like the pizza party. Is there anything else that you guys kind of did?
So before
Is
they got sick, we would switch up, the tradition like every week. So we would do something once a week, whether it be, eat pizza, make homemade pizzas as a family, or go bowling, or go to the movies, or,
Mhm.
even just go for a walk. We would always like once a week just make it a point to sit down and do something kind of special with each other. We were all very close. It was just me, my dad, and my mom.
Yeah.
Um, both of their parents are still alive, so they would join sometimes,
Yeah.
but most of the time it was just us, and we would find something fun to do.
Are both, so you said that both your parents, your grandparents are still alive. Do you have
Yeah.
any contact with them now?
I do. We weren't super close. I mean, we would talk and we would see them, like during these family like events or whatever, but not close enough to where I would like go to them if I needed something.
Yeah.
Um, but
How would you
yeah,
feel about reconnecting with them?
I would be okay. I feel like
Yeah.
I thought about it, but it's just right now I feel like it would be harder for me
Yeah.
to talk just because of the memories and stuff, but eventually I think it
Yeah.
would be.
That's I seeing them and remembering your parents, and they might tell stories, and that might be hard for you. I agree.
Yeah.
So taking a little bit of time for you and creating, like I said, a new routine might be helpful for you.
Yes. Yeah.
um so I kind of want to get a little bit of history from you and your parents, anybody in the family that has any mental health things going on, any significant life events that might have come along the way.
Yeah, so no, there's no like history of mental health besides when my dad got sick, his personality kind of changed. I mean, he became very angry and mean. So, kind of losing him in that state of mind was not the easiest, because that
Mhm.
just wasn't him. His
Yeah.
illness really, really took a toll on him. I don't know that he was diagnosed with anything, but um, it seemed like he was suffering from something. But other than that, no one struggles that I know of.
Okay, that's good. I'm sure towards the end of his life, he kind of knew what was kind of coming, and sometimes
Right,
people react, either they're positive about it or they kind of are angry at the world, why me kind of thing.
right,
So, we never really understand why a person behaves that way, which is
right.
sad. I guess it's, important for you to remember the good times,
Right.
right? And to kind of put out of, okay, he was in pain or other things were kind of happening at this moment and kind of knew the end. But this is what I remember. I remember our pizza parties. I remember us doing other fun things together, which I think um, might help you. At
Yeah,
least I would hope it would help.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that it would for sure.
So some things I know that we talked about is both your mom and dad passing, which you've been struggling with a lot, which is understandable. Those are your caregivers, and those are the people that raised you. Those are the people that created a lot of your memories with you.
Yeah.
And then you talked a bit about, there's not really any mental health history. You're kind of alone in this. You had an ex-boyfriend, um, but having to spend so much time with your parents kind of put that on the back burner